Hello everyone, welcome back to the Horrible Art channel where you can be the worst of the worst at anything artistic. Today we're going to be painting clouds. These clouds are very simple clouds. It's nothing fancy, and we did this with 3 different colors: white, dark blue, and light blue. This is all you're going to need, very simple. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any videos. So let's get to it. Let's paint some clouds. All right, so let's get started. Right here, as you can see, I have everything pretty much set up. I have my canvas and my art palette, which I talked about on the previous video I made, the art supply video. I'm going to link it on the description below so you guys can go ahead and check it out if you haven't already. So I got these at the Dollar Tree. They were $1 each, and the art palette was a really good deal because it brought 6 and it was only $1, and they are reusable, so I do recommend that you guys go get some of those. You don't necessarily need it, but if you want to get it, you can go ahead and do so. So I got my water here and also my paint. Like I mentioned before, it's going to be white, dark blue, and light blue. I also have my canvas here, very small canvas. I like using these to practice. And I have my brushes. We're not going to be using all these brushes, but that's just how I set them up. Okay, so what you want to do here first, you're going to get your white paint and you're gonna spread it towards the bottom, then the light blue, and then the dark blue all the way on the top. So you get the deal. Usually people do it the other way and they just start with the dark, going all the way down until you finish with the white. But I prefer to do it this way, so I do it like this. I feel like it's easier to go from lighter to darker than from darker to lighter. So I'm getting my brush a little bit wet here, and I'm just gonna jump right into it with the white and start painting the bottom. So the small brush that I'm using right now is a white kind of flat brush, and I feel like it's one of the best options when you're painting backgrounds. And since this canvas is so small, I don't really need a big brush, so I'm just using this one. So as you can see, I'm not just staying on the bottom with the white. I'm covering a little bit more towards the top, almost half the canvas. When I'm doing paintings, I usually like to do 1 coat of white, but since this is a very small canvas, I didn't think it necessary. And also the acrylic paint that I was using was a little bit liquid, so I didn't think it necessary to do a whole coat of white. Right now I am blending the blue, the light blue or baby blue, however you want to call it. And with this on, I am also going a little bit more towards the bottom, almost to the end, so I can blend them more with the white. And I also went farther closer to the top so that it will be easier to blend it with a dark blue as well. Just play around with it. I think you don't really have to overthink it, just go with the flow. Remember, if you make any mistake, it's fine. You're just practicing, and that is how you get better. You just keep doing it over and over and just keep practicing. And if you worry too much about how your painting is going to come out or making any mistakes and you're scared of making mistakes, then you're more likely not to try, and therefore not to improve because you're not practicing. So just go with it, blend it, and just keep blending the colors. Remember, darker on the top, and as it goes down, it gradually goes and fades into white. One of the things that I learned when I was in high school taking art classes is that it is easier for you, or best for you, to go from darker colors to lighter, because you can always add more color, but it's harder to take color away. So that is one thing that I always keep in mind when I'm blending colors like this. So now we're just moving on to making the clouds. I'm using a small round brush for this, and at first I picked this brush, but I felt like it was a little bit too small, so I actually changed to another one. But when it comes to making cloud, you just have fun with it. Just keep in mind not to make too many clouds, or otherwise it's gonna feel like it's too much. But just spread them around your canvas as you see fit. Clouds are very easy to make. You just gotta just dab with a brush. You can also do a little crisscross or circular motion where you see fit. So as you can see, I just keep repeating the same brush strokes around the canvas, creating different cloud shapes. And I also play around with the amount of paint that I use. In some parts of them, I use less paint so that it looks like it's almost transparent. And the parts that I want the cloud to look fuller, I add more white paint. One thing I would say is, when you guys are practicing this, don't just keep it simple. You can go ahead and play around with it, use different colors. You can use orange, red, and yellow and make it a sunset. Just keep in mind on how the colors that you use will affect the color of the clouds. Obviously, when it's more of a sunset, the clouds have to be a little bit darker, and you also want to add some gray to it. But just go ahead and play around with it. It's all about having fun and enjoying learning to paint. Alright, you guys, here is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any tips or any techniques that you want to share with us, just go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. Thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a big like, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I will see you guys on the next video.